culture on.
You touched on the mechanics of manifestation, and just to zoom in a little bit, could you go deeper into what that actually is? Because I know we've had a lot of success discussing that on the channel. I think they'd be very interested to hear your aspect of how that process might actually work or function, or how they can actually attempt to utilize it.
I think it's twofold as far as the mechanics of it. There's two movers, two levers that work together with the manifestation process. The first lever that we've got to work with is intention of thought. So the thought that we have inside our head is almost like a signal that sends out into the ether, into the field of pure potential. What we have in that field is all possibility currently in that field right now. This apple mouse cannot have been manifest without someone having an initial thought about creating this mouse. These glasses cannot be manifest unless someone initially had a thought to design and create those glasses. And every single form that you can see in the room, this mug, could not have been manifest unless someone came up with the design, the idea, the intention. So the starting point is the thought and what's in that field, which will be created in the future. So anything that's going to be created in the future, every single thing that's going to be created, like that necklace around your neck, the headphones, the microphone, the picture in the background, anything that is going to be manifested and created in the future is in that field of possibility right now, which is bursting with possibility because it means it's unlimited and it's infinite of what can be pulled out of that field. And as a human, you start to go, holy moly, I can play with that and extract out of that some form of intention and creation. So the thought is the first one. The second one is the vibration, and that's the feeling level. Because you can have a thought, oh, I want to manifest something magnificent in your life. But if you've got a vibration that is in some way, shape or form repelling that, then what's going to happen is you're going to get frustrated because you're trying to pull it in with the creation and the intention and the thought, but you're going to repel it because there's some block in your energetic field that's saying, I'm not worthy of that, I'm too afraid to have that, or there's some complexity. So usually what I call the engineer department will block it. So what happens usually when we're designing something is the architect, let's just say we want to build a house. So the first step in the creation of the house is that there's a design, which is the thinking and the creation of the idea. And so then they start to design the house. And before it goes to the builder to start building the house, it has to pass through the engineer's department. The engineer has to say, hang on, we've got a problem here in this design. There's a flaw in the design and we can't proceed to creation of that and the manifestation of that design because there's a glitch in the design. We have to fix that glitch. So what that would look like is, I had this classic example where I had a student was wanting to manifest becoming a diplomat, and she had all the qualifications to become a diplomat. And I said, okay, so let's look at what's blocking you becoming a diplomat in the engineers department. There's something blocking that because in every reason you should be able to manifest this. So what we found out was that she was from Philippines, and one of the core values of the Philippines is family. And I said, what's going to happen to you when you get qualified as a diplomat? Where are you going to get posted? Because I don't know, somewhere around the world. I said, and so what's happening is that you've got an intended desire to manifest becoming a diplomat, but what's trumping that, I don't know if we want to use that word, let's just say what's gazumping that is that you have more powerful force that is disrupting your intention to manifest something. There's a beautiful quote from Oprah Winfrey, who does transcendental meditation or Vedic meditation, and she said, the constancy of stillness, it is only from that space can you create your best work and your best life. And so there's two things in that. Firstly, she's talking about stillness, but the constancy of stillness. So maintaining a consistent status quo throughout your day where your mind is not in hyperstimulation mode. Sustaining through regular meditation practice a stabilized experience where the mind is operating from a much deeper place, a much calmer place, allows you to access that field of creative potential consistently throughout the day, not just in meditation. But what she's talking about as well in the second section is that you create your best work and your best life. So what is your best work and what is your best life? It's something that is full of creativity. It's full of adaptive capacity. It's something that allows you to weave and move like an aikido move to the fluctuations and circumstances of life and be more creative, more adaptable when these sort of situations arise and moving through the day on a regular basis. So I find definitely you can enhance your creativity by embracing some meditation and stillness on a daily basis. But if it's a consistent process, that's morning and evening, morning and evening, morning and evening, morning and evening, then we eventually sustain that as a long-term benefit. Now, a beautiful quote from Ray Dalio, the world's largest hedge fund manager, who also does these deeper styles of meditation. He said that this guy, managed $180 billion worth of assets at Bridgewater Associates, and he tweeted that the key ingredient for whatever success he's had is his meditation practice. So this guy manages $180 billion and is constantly, every day, having to be creative with $180 billion worth of money in what he's going to do with that. And yet he attributes that success to his meditation practice. So I think this says a lot about the power of stillness and the power of de-excitation of the mind as far as tapping into that field.